Hello, YouTubers. Today I'd like to talk about how they wrote me off as having mental illness. First of all, you need to know that many years ago I had a friend who was dying of a friend Gordon was his name. He was dying of lung cancer. He had two boys that were 5 and 7 at the time of his illness. It's a long story, folks. Too long for here. I'd better save it for a book. But I can tell you that my friend had a common law wife, Shelley, who had no idea how to raise two boys on her own. He knew she would fail and the two boys would face abuse. The boy's mother was a meth addict before the man died of his disease, so it took its toll on the two boys. When Gordon was still able to drive, he used to come by my house with his two boys, usually right around dinner time, and they'd always tell me about, what am I going to do, Rick? What am I going to do with my boys, and stuff. Right? He kept telling me this. Um, yeah, and anyway, so before I saw a doctor, no doctor had the right to say I had mental illness. Okay, no, okay, now, folks, you must pay attention here. There I was with no mental illness, so whatsoever. I had the idea in my head that the RCMP and the government had me under surveillance, so I thought, well, if they had me under surveillance, then they would definitely tell our foster child social worker, Judy Nelson. So, yeah, I asked Judy. I went to Judy and I asked her, had the police ever come to talk about me? Now, I was talking to her just like I was talking now, just nice, calm, cool, and collective. I wasn't yelling, I wasn't screaming, I'm just talking. And I asked her in a very calm, cool, and collective voice, has the police ever come into your office telling you things about me? Now, people, I tell you, just by now, I was nice and calm. So as soon as those words came out of my mouth, her eyes teared up and she spun around in her chair and would no longer look at me. She said, quote, I will never answer your, or I will not answer your question in your frame of mind. No, 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 I will not answer your question, she said, and she got up and ran out the door, leaving me sitting in her office wondering what the hell. Well, I knew right away that means that was a definite yes, folks, and if you're an idiot, you'll think it wasn't, but if you're smart, you'll know that yes, that's what it was indeed. In fact, the police had gone to her, they did have me under surveillance, and Judy Nelson, you're the one responsible for me not handing over remains of little boys and girls. There was Judy Nelson, Sandy Fedorchuk, and Bruce Edwards. They all helped the government screw me over. Um, now I have the right to a book, a movie. I'm telling you, folks, they gang stalked me. Okay, and there was a reason for it. Um, yeah, anyway, um, I went to a man on his deathbed and I told him I'd look after his kids. I'd keep an eye on his kids. And this is the shit they did to me because they used up my child, that's my foster child, to spawn me, right, Bruce Edwards? You reported everything to the fucking pigs, didn't you? Yes, you did. Um, and Sandy Fedorchuk, you're a cow. Because of you, I will not hand over the remains of missing children. You, Sandy, Sandy, Bruce, and Judy. Okay, and there's other people too, but I'm not going to mention them right now. That's for my book. People like my neighbor. I just keep saying my neighbor Wayne. No big deal. Who's Wayne? I don't know. Who gives a fuck? I'm just telling you. I'm not handing over any remains until these people have gone to jail. Now, like I said, people, uh, why did the social worker get up and run out the door leaving me sitting there? Why did she do that? Because it is true that the police did go to her. They had me under surveillance, and it's all true. They wrote me off with Dr. Heights, who they caused my nervous breakdown, where the doctor then writes you off, no mental illness. None of this is happening, Richard. None of it's happening. That Michael Dunahee stuff with Tim Steffen. No, never mind, Richard. It's all in your head. Okay, well, I say fuck you. Okay? Like I say, I'm not handing over any remains until I see big fucking bucks and big fucking jail sentences for the Judy, Sandy, and Bruce. I will never hand over these remains until they are in jail. I'm not going to kill them. I'm not going to do anything like you think I'm going to. I'm going to expose them. That's what I'm doing right now. So, Judy, Sandy, Bruce, if you think I'm ever going to forget what you did to me, you got another thing coming. You fucked me over. My family, my wife no longer believes in me. Anything I tell her, she doesn't believe anything. She believes in the police. No, Rick, the police wouldn't do that. The law's not like that. The government's not like that. They don't do that. Gang stalking's not real, Rick. It's all in your head. That comes from my wife because of you, RCMP. So why the fuck would I hand over remains to you? Maybe to another police force, some other time, some other place, maybe. Who the fuck knows what they can do for me? Okay? So fuck you, RCMP. You fucking pieces of shit. Thank you very much for now, folks.